It's not easy being the middle child, always expected to do everything right, just enough style, just enough speed, just enough space, but rarely the one anyone dreams about. Enter the 2025 Audi Q5 and SQ5. Not the loudest in the room, but quite possibly the smartest. We took both models through the twisting, rolling back roads of Colorado to find out if Audi's best-selling SUV is still the sweet spot or just playing it too safe. Let's get into it. The Q5 isn't chasing headlines. It doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. Since 2009, it's been quietly dominating Audi's sales sheet, and for good reason. It's the Goldilocks of luxury crossovers. Not too big, not too small, stylish but not flashy, comfortable but not boring. This new third-gen Q5, codenamed B10, doesn't reinvent the formula. But maybe that's the point. Audi's kept the dimensions mostly the same, which means easy parking and just enough space inside. But the details? All fresh, slimmer. Headlights, a sculpted hood, a textured grille. And yes, the trending taillight bar is here too. It's still unmistakably a Q5, just one that's been to the spa. Step inside. And it's clear Audi wanted to fix what critics always griped about, the sterile cabin. Now it's got texture, color, and shape. It's no longer just tetchy, it's tasteful. That digital stage setup? It sounds like a marketing gimmick. But the curved enclosure with an 11.9-inch digital gauge cluster and 14.5-inch touchscreen actually works. And in prestige trim, your passenger gets their own 10.9-inch touchscreen to play with. Why? That's a good question. Is it helpful? Sometimes. Necessary? Not really. But let's talk about the drive, because that's where things get interesting. Under the hood, the base Q5 gets a refined 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder. Power is up slightly to 268 horses, with a solid 295 pound-feet of torque. It hits 60 in a respectable 5.8 seconds. Nothing outrageous, but it gets the job done. Audi's signature Quattro all-wheel drive keeps things planted, even when the road turns dusty or damp, and the 7-speed dual clutch. Once you're rolling, it's quick and crisp. From a stop, there's a little hesitation. But that's the price of smoothness these days. What really surprised us is how the Q5 handles imperfection. On rough pavement, it's composed. On sweeping bends, it's confident. The air suspension standard. On Prestige gives it just enough flexibility to adapt to the road and your mood. But here's where the Q5 really shines. It does all of this without trying to impress you. No drama, no surprises. Just quiet capability. Now, let's talk about the SQ5. It's supposed to be the spicy one, right? The stands for sport, and sure, on paper it delivers. A 3.0-liter turbocharged V6 now kicks out 368 horsepower. A healthy bump over last year. 60 miles an hour comes in just 4.6 seconds. That's quick, but speed isn't the problem. It's the feeling, off the line. It's explosive, especially with launch control engaged. Quattro hooks up and you're gone. But once you're moving, the fun starts to fade. There's a bit of turbo lag. The transmission hesitates. You press down and the power shows up 2 seconds later, like it hits snooze on your command. It's not bad, it's just polite. The steering? Slightly heavier than the Q5. The brakes? A bit sharper. But you never get that connection, that thrill. It's like the SQ5 is wearing a 3-piece suit to a track day. Capable, but unwilling to let loose. Don't get us wrong, the SQ5 is a refined machine. It absorbs bumps like a bigger SUV. It corners with confidence. It's everything most buyers want. But if you're expecting fire and fury, you might be left checking your pulse inside. Both models make a strong case for ditching buttons well. Almost. Yes, climate controls are now part of the touchscreen. And yes, they actually work. No lag, no mystery. Just clean, intuitive response. The voice assistant, surprisingly capable. It can handle over 800 commands, which is good, because your hands will be on the wheel where they belong. Still, we miss the reconfigurable digital gauge cluster of the last model. No more full-screen navigation, and the passenger screen? A cool party trick, but don't expect it to change your life. So where does that leave us? The 2025 Q5 is an exercise in competence. It's a masterclass in moderation. It never tries to be the most exciting or the most luxurious or the most powerful. It just nails the balance that most people actually want in a daily driver. The SQ5, it's more capable, faster, grippier, but it never quite escapes the shadow of its own restraint. It could be great, but it chooses to be polite. Both versions get our respect, but do they spark desire? That's a different question. What Audi's done here is refine the everyday, perfect the practical, and in a world of extremes, that might just be its most rebellious move yet. You want loud? Look elsewhere, you want smart? Welcome to the 2025 Audi Q5. This is Shift Path. If you enjoyed this first drive review, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dive test drives, and tell us in the comments, does the Q5's quiet confidence win you over, or do you crave more edge? Until next time, drive smart, stay curious.